Hey guys, how's it going? I am back officially. This is my first video in 2 weeks since the unfortunate passing of someone very close to me. I know it seems like a short time that I took a break, but trust me when I say that the past 2 weeks have been very hard and very tough for me mentally, and I can confidently say that I am in a much better place than what I was. And I am now comfortable enough to start making videos again. And I thought, what better way to return to YouTube than to do something I'm really good at? Something that honestly some of my most viewed videos are in the category. And I'm talking about unboxings. Now, I'm not going to unbox a Blu-ray set or a Game Collector's Edition or hell, even a vinyl. I'm unboxing something that I have never really unboxed before. And I probably should have, but never did. And I'm talking about controllers, specifically the Xbox variety. I am a firm believer that Xbox has done some of the most unique and creative designs for their controllers. And the three I chose to unbox are not only some of the more limited controllers, but they are the best example of how creative the Xbox Design Lab team are at creating these specific themed controllers for either a game or an occasion. Now I'm going by order of when I purchased these controllers. So I'll start with the first one I bought, then the second one, and of course the new one I just got today. And I'm super pumped to show you guys these controllers because I feel like these controllers really do show how creative the people are at Xbox with these controllers. So enough of me yapping. Let's get into the first controller I bought for my series console. And that one is the Forza Horizon 5 controller. Now I know this one's a bit debatable. I know people really don't like the design of it. I personally really love it. Now, I am a huge fan of Forza. Love the Forza franchise. Been playing them since 360. My first one was Forza Motorsport 4. And ever since then, I've played every single one as they came out. Didn't matter if it was Motorsport or Horizon. I love Forza. I think it's a fantastic racing game. I think it's the best at what it does. Now with this controller, I was really intrigued by the color palette they chose. Now if you didn't know, Horizon 5 takes place in Mexico. And of course the festivals there are very bright and colorful. And the controller is meant to reflect that, like you're holding a piece of the festival. But there's more to it than that, and I will show you guys. So before I show you guys the controller, I will say if you do plan on picking this up, it does come with something that you can use in-game. It does come with a DLC pack. This is exclusive to the controller. You cannot get this anywhere else, not in the Microsoft Store, nowhere. And this comes with an exclusive t-shirt, clothing, emote pack, and a vehicle that is only in this controller. So if you're really a mega fan of this game and you don't already own the controller, this is probably the least expensive one out of these three that I have. I think the most I saw it being sold for was $120. So if you're willing to put the money for it, do so with caution because I'm about to show you guys a controller. And as I said, the design is very split. So here was the controller. As you can see, very bright and very colorful. You got two different colored thumbsticks, two different colored triggers. The buttons are two different colors. They've always been, but different color palette. The Xbox button up here, the X is yellow. The D-pad, I don't know if you can see it in the video, probably hard to make out, but in the light, it actually has a gold, well, pink kind of tint to it. So if you're not a fan of bright and colorful things, you're probably best to steer clear of this controller. Me personally, I think it's a beautiful looking controller and really reflects the kind of festival type tone for Mexico. Very bright and colorful controller indeed, I will say that. Now we flip it to the back, you'll see a grip that goes all around. It's not half, it's all around. And what's cool about these grips is It's meant to feel like you're holding a steering wheel. In fact, it has the same design and the same type of material that is used on the steering wheel on the controller. So whenever you're holding it, it feels like you're holding a steering wheel. And of course, you do have the Horizon logo on the battery pack. Now, there's nothing really on the inside, but I think where the attention to detail went to the most is the grips, because it feels like you're holding a steering wheel. So if this controller interests you, they don't sell it no more, but you can find it for, it's rare to find it below $100. If you can, I would recommend it because you do get exclusive content with it. But if you don't want it, understandable. It's a very split controller. So that was the Forza Horizon 5 controller. Me personally, I liked it, but I will say it's my least favorite out of the three. So let's get into the second one I bought. This one is going to be for the Xbox diehards. People who have been with Xbox for a long time, such as myself. Whenever they announced this controller, I immediately, day one, bought it. And it's easily probably the slickest design for a controller that they have ever done. And I am talking about the 20th anniversary controller. This one is the most expensive to get. I think the highest I've ever seen it sold was $155. Now, this came out when the 20th anniversary of Xbox rolled around. They released it, and it was a very high seller. It sold more than the Forza controller because it is very, very cool to have something like this. So the box itself is actually has detail to it as well. If you put a UV light to it, which unfortunately I don't have, there's YouTube videos of it out there, so you know I'm not lying. If you shine a UV light on the box on the front of it, it would actually reveal the original Xbox controller, the Duke, above the Xbox Series controller, but is only visible if you shine a UV light on it. It's little attention to details like that that make getting these controllers such a treat. And of course, on the side, you do have your 20th anniversary logo. I know it's hard to see, but because it's like gray on black, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Oh, before I do that, the box itself, as I said, it's hard to see, but you can see the dates of Xbox going around the controller. So the controller itself, I think, like I said, is the slickest design they've done. This is a controller. As you can see, black on green, which is a staple for the Xbox brand. You have gray on black buttons. The Xbox button right here, it actually glows green, like the X glows green. But, and there's your 20th anniversary controller. It is very sleek. It is very simplistic. There we go. But it fits the theme very well for Xbox. It's very cool looking. We flip it to the back, black on green, a nice rubber grip. But unlike the Forza one, it doesn't go all the way around. This is plastic, but where your fingertips are at is where the rubber is going to be. So it's still very comfortable to hold, even though I do prefer the Forza grip a bit more. It's still comfortable. Now, what's cool about this controller is two things. Well, about the controller, so the box, that little detail is cool, but for one, you get an exclusive theme for your Xbox with this controller. So once you sync it up, you get a 20th anniversary theme that's dynamic. It shows glass shattering. It has the Xbox 20th anniversary logo on it. Again, you can look up a YouTube video on it. It's out there. And of course, another cool detail is in the battery pack. Unlike the Forza one, they did put something on the inside. It is a Phil Spencer quote that says, "When everybody plays, we all win." As I said, it's very slim. It fits the theme. I was gonna say it fits the theme of Xbox, and I do think it was a very nice controller to release for the 20th anniversary of the brand. If you want to get this controller, I would suggest trying to find the cheapest way possible because this controller goes for a lot. I haven't seen this thing sell for below $100. And unlike the Forza one where the code can only be used once, As long as you sync the controller up to your Xbox, you will get that theme. But yes, that was the 20th anniversary controller. Now, last but not least, this is the controller I was really excited to get. I just got it today. It's a newly released controller themed around the newest Xbox game to be released in September. It's a game I'm actually really excited for as a big RPG fan and a big sci-fi fan. And I know I'm probably going to get timed out from a certain Discord group or when I return to Easy Gaming stream, and that's fine. But this controller, to me, shows how talented these people are designing controllers. And that controller is the Starfield controller. I've been so excited to get my hands on this. It's so hard to find this controller. It's ridiculous. And the first time they showed it off was on the Starfield showcase. And to me, when I saw the controller, it looked beautiful. It was really well crafted, and I'm like, there's no way it looks this good in person. Now, I've already opened it and looked at the controller, so I'm gonna go what details they packed in not only the controller, but in the box, just like the 20th anniversary edition. So, this is the Starfield controller. So opening it up is an experience on its own. As for when you open it up, you're greeted to the Constellation logo. And on the top, it says, "For all into the Starfield." It's a really nice opening. Like, it makes you want to keep this box. Not to mention, the thing that holds the controller in place has diagnostics on it showing just random little random numbers. I'm gonna say that, but it looks like it's showing the controller stats. It's really cool looking to me. It has a unique style. I know it's hard to see, but I did my best. So taking the controller out, here is the Starfield controller. As you can see, packed with detail. The writing all over this controller is meant to mimic the spaceship controls. Everything is meant to mimic it. You have the nice Constellation logo right here going into the Xbox logo. You have a nice gold D-pad. And of course, the thumbsticks are two-toned. You have red and gray. It's really nice looking and it's very interesting. I think easily this is probably Xbox's best designed controller so far. I'm not saying that because I'm excited for Starfield. If they were to release a shitty controller, I want to say it's shit. But it is a very nice controller. And it makes sense why it's the most expensive limited edition controller at launch. This thing goes for $80 at launch, if you can even find it. Because these controllers have been selling out like crazy, just like with the Starfield Collector's Edition. But that's not the only detail that they packed into it. You flip it to the back, you have a two-tone grip. You have gray and a darker gray. So just like with the Forza one, the grip goes all the way around. So if you're into that, this controller does it. Now on the back here, on the battery pack, it says Property of Constellation with the little battery logo here and the Constellation logo, which I think is so funny that they put a battery logo on this thing. It's really cool. And of course, down here on the bottom, it says RMPC V2 400 Rad Hard, refer to flight manual before operating, expansion port, right at the bottom. So again, just more attention to detail packed into this controller. And just like with the 20th anniversary controller, if I can get this fucking, there we go. They put writing on the inside. And just like when you open a box, for all into the Starfield, with what looks like a planet, and it has diagnostics. So again, it's very much a themed controller. This is probably the most themed one they've done. It is the most gorgeous controller to me they've done. It shows how talented these people are. And I'm so excited to see what other designs the Xbox Design Labs 3D Controller Labs will do for their next design. I would highly recommend this controller. Now, if you're not into Starfield, I don't know how this controller is going to fit into your MO, but to me, it's probably the most gorgeous controller they've ever done. So, I hope this video entertained you guys. It's a bit of a long one, but I really wanted to go in detail on these controllers. I'm going to go back to my regular scheduled content. When I put up my post on what Bethesda game I should review first, everyone voted for Skyrim. So I'm going to be working my ass off to put out a Skyrim review. And hopefully it turns out great, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And thank you everyone for the support that I've been getting for the past 2 weeks. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next time.